This is something that is cliche, but I think that nonetheless it is true. Those among us who are the richest are those with nothing to share. Newborn children with all the time they will ever have still ahead of them, no matter what that time is. However, I think that there is something to be said for the fact that those richest among us, the newborns, have to be taught how to exist in the moment, and it's something that doesn't really happen, I suppose, depending on how you look at things. It either doesn't happen until you reach consciousness, somewhere around the age of, 4 or 5, they say, or it really only truly happens before consciousness, being truly present in your life. Welcome to Strip Cover Lit, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Adrian Fort, and we're here for a poetry discussion which will appear in 2 separate playlists here on the channel. Number 1 being the poetry discussion playlist, now over 800 videos strong, and number 2 being the Dark Academia playlist, cruising towards 50 videos strong. The poem in question today is known as Autumnal. It comes to us from Ernest Christopher Dowson, a poet who is new to me, by the way, I should say. And it reads as such. Pale amber sunlight falls across the reddening October trees that hardly sway before a breeze as soft as summer. Summer's loss seems little, dear, on days like these. Let misty autumn be our part. The twilight of the year is sweet, where shadow and the darkness meet. Our love, a twilight of the heart, eludes a little time's deceit. Are we not better at home in dreamful autumn, who deem no harvest joy is worth a dream? A little while and night shall come, a little while then let us dream. Beyond the pearled horizon lie winter and night awaiting these. We garner this poor hour of ease until love turn from us and die beneath the drear November trees. So, I think one of the things that we can read into this poem is it about autumn. Yes, obviously. Autumnal. Is it about the coming winter? Yes, it is. Is it about living? Is it about the inevitable loss of those things that we hold most dear? Yeah, it's about that too. But one thing which is not directly or explicitly stated in the text is something which is implicitly stated in the text, and that is the idea of savoring the moment. We have these descriptions here, but we have pale amber sunlight. How gorgeous. Reddening October trees. Don't tell us the leaves are dying. Tell us they're reddening. Don't tell us they're falling. Show us the leaves still on the trees. Misty autumn. Twilight of the year is sweet. We see these things. We know these things, but they are painted for us on the page in a way that draws us into the visualization. Remember, visual is something that only exists when you're there, right? These sensory perceptions are things which only exist when you are there. So I think what is happening, if we fast forward a little bit in the poem, down here, winter and night, poor hour of ease, drear. We are not given images. We have one, pearled horizons. Okay. We have one image in correlation with the winter versus basically every stanza up here having a little bit of paint splashed on it. Pale amber, reddening October trees, misty autumn, twilight, we have all of these other images that are given to us in order to coax us, I believe, into that living in the moment that our speaker is hearkening, that our speaker is saying should be done. It is implicit in the poem. It is not outright told to us to do things in this way. It is just shown to us to do things in this way without drawing attention to it. And then later on, the winter is portrayed with words, yes, and strong words, but only one image. And it is maybe difficult, I think, to say that the winter is the main point of this poem if it is presented in such a mundane fashion, especially when compared to the autumn. This poem is saying, hey, summer's great, but autumn's better. Still, everything ends, and even the good stuff has to come to a close. So we have to enjoy what we have while we are here. And I think on an obvious level, this could be a dark academic poem. But I've not had a dark academic discussion to this point in this video. On another level, this is sort of the antithesis of the ideas that I have been presenting as dark academia. This poem is about presentness, not secluding yourself from society, not closing yourself off to build the individual, not cocooning yourself that you might emerge as something transformed. This poem instead is about saying, hey, we don't have the time. We have to exist right now. And I think that for some of us that's true, right? I think that for some of us we don't have the time left. But if you are someone who is set on taking this time of dark academia, a dark academic turn, a turn of seclusion, if you are someone who is doing that, you have to be present in it, I think. This is a warning that you have to be present even in your absence. This is not to say that you have to engage in social affairs. It is to say that if you're going to take this time out in order to build the self, if you are going to cocoon in order that you might emerge something transformed, be present in that process. Do not leave those days, those weeks, those months, perhaps those years where you hope to be transforming, where you hope to be morphing into something more, where you hope to be changing your life on several levels. Do not, in those moments, be absent. Not from yourself, not from your mission, not from your goal. You see this a lot, I think, in people who are aiming to make a physical transformation for themselves. They are hoping to get in better shape. They are hoping to get their dream body, or at least get away from what they consider to be a nightmare body. People who have made the decision, the way I look is not the way I want. The way my body operates is not the way that I want. And they make the effort to set aside time on a daily basis, on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday basis, on a weekend basis, whatever it is. They make the effort to do the thing. They make the effort to go walk. They make the effort to go to a gym. They make the effort to actually run. They make the effort to actually change their diet. Changing their diet's a little bit different for the sort of crux of this discussion, but they make the effort to go to a gym, we'll say. We'll settle there. They go to the gym, and there's no intensity. And they'll make progress. They'll make progress towards their goal. If their goal was to lose weight, they will lose weight. They'll never lose all of it. If their progress is to get a six-pack, they'll start to get abs. They won't get all the way to 6. If they wanted to get 24-inch pythons, they will get bigger arms, but they won't get what they wanted. And look, there's no big sin there. They're still in a better place than they were, but they are not completely transformed in the way that they had wished to be. If you are embarking on a dark academic journey, do you want to make progress and get better? Or do you want to be intense in your studies? Do you want to be intense in your academic work? Do you want to be intense in your creative process? I suggest that you do. I think that is the key to the dark academic journey, to the efficacy of the dark academic journey. That is all I have for this video. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting the like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other literature lovers. If you find yourself here by chance but not design, literature is the only thing I talk about on the channel, dropping multiple videos every single week. And as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.